All right, welcome back. Let's bring you more updates from the Magodo gas plant fire. The death toll in there has risen to 10. Several other persons are also said to have been injured as a result of the inferno at the Second Coming gas station located on CMD Road in Magodo. The station reportedly went up in flames a while ago, and the inferno is said to have spread to other facilities in the neighborhood. Eyewitnesses told Channels Television that the spark from the car triggered the fire after it was discovered that a truck offloading the product at the facility was leaking. Officials of the Lagos State Fire Service are currently battling to put out the blaze. Our correspondent, Kayode Okikiolu, who is at the scene of the fire, brings us an update.
Have it that a truck came to offload gas this morning and there was a leak. So a spark caused the fire. There was a spark, and that's just the good news is that the fire is under control. But the question people are asking is how many people were affected. We have unconfirmed reports that there's been about 10 casualties, at least 10 casualties. But the fear also is that there might be people trapped inside the gas station because there was no head count. Everybody just camped for safety. So there are fears there might still be people in the building. So we have officials from the Lagos State Fire Service. There are about 3 of their trucks on ground right now doing great work. So they are trying to cut the power supply to the building so they can go and check if there are more casualties. We also have men from the Nigeria Police Force, men from LASEMA, that's Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, from the LASAM Force, that's Lagos State Ambulance Service. All of them are on ground. I feel some fears there might be some of the explosions. That is minimal at this point. Because most of the casualties were the workers. That some people who were around the perimeter were affected. About 2 of them were affected as a result of the but mostly we had that were working in the gas stations, people around the perimeter fence, and also there are reports that about 2 officials of the Lagos State Government Fire Service were also affected. They've all been evacuated to the hospital at this point.
All right, that's our correspondent, Kayode Okikiolu, bringing us updates. We'll let you know, we'll give you more updates as we have them concerning the Magodo gas plant fire. 10 people are said to have, the number unconfirmed though, 10 reportedly dead. All right, so Cecilia, let's move on from there. And where do we go now? Let's travel abroad and talk about the English Premier League. Of course, the weekend dominated by the unbeaten run that came to an end. Manchester City, their 23-game unbeaten run coming to an end in that one. But let's talk about the results first over the weekend. Let's bring to you English Premier League, the results over the weekend. I think we'll just, okay, that's it. I was going to say we'll go back to the domestic scene, but let's quickly take the results out of the way first. Chelsea and Leicester still played a goalless draw. Crystal Palace, 1-0 victory over Burnley. Huddersfield lost to West Ham, rejuvenated West Ham, 4-1. Newcastle 1-0 draw with Swansea City. Watford 2-0 draw with Southampton. There was a very controversial goal in that one. These are some of the results from the English Premier League. And, of course, the big one, that's Liverpool defeated Manchester City. West Brom defeating Brighton by 2 goals. Tottenham put 4 goals past Everton. Bournemouth, surprise, surprise, defeated Arsenal 2-1. And, of course, Liverpool 4-3 victory over Manchester City. There's going to be a game tonight. Manchester United will be involved in that one. That's the game for tonight, Manchester United against Stoke City. All right, let's come back home. And Nigeria Professional Football League, I just got ahead of myself right there. Which of the games should we be talking about? Kwara United against Niger Tornadoes. I mean, that should rank as a game of the week.
Yeah, I think so because, it's not easy for a team to go from home and get the victory and all that. So when it happens, you know that you have to really give kudos to
the away
team, because it's not always easy. But I talked about the fact that it could be the accidents that happened when they left Lagos in Ibadan and all that. All the players were discharged. It wasn't really that serious. But then that fright alone, the fact that it happened and you have to play immediately, because people were thinking, I mean, when we learned that they were going to play their game, we felt, okay, they should have been given more time. But the good thing is, it wasn't really most of the players who was involved, but the shock and the shake, sometimes, no matter how, being involved in an accident like that, it gets to you. So you actually need a little time to recover. But it wasn't to be. But Kwara United at home, losing that game. Well, you will say better luck next time for them. But when you're just coming from, the lower division, coming into the top flight, thinking you're going to take the bulls by the horns, just see how you can
stabilize
fight,
quickly.
yes, with the big boys. But it just wasn't to be, because we know these big boys, sometimes when they're really ready to play, good officiating, good home ground, you just get the desired result that we have. Okay, pictures are not coming from the game, but then let's move back to the English Premier League, talking about Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. I mean, what these coaches said after the game is like both of them were satisfied. The good thing is, the first coach, talking about Jurgen Klopp, he was really happy because he feels playing Manchester City would have been a very difficult one for them. But somehow, he says, you can watch it as a manager or as a football fan, and I prefer to do that, which is as a football fan. Wow, what a game. Two teams, full throttle. This was a historic game you will talk about in 20 years, because it looks like City would not lose another one this year. Is this a prophecy or what? Okay. This is still saying the same thing. They will not lose again this year. I don't know how that is going to happen. But then it went on to say that I was not scared at the end, especially when we're thinking they were going to concede a fourth. So they didn't. So he went for that to say that I was not scared at the end. Not that I didn't think we could concede a fourth. I have known my boys long enough now. It was so intense. If you combine quality with attitude, you see a game like this. I really loved it.
Yeah, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp, no surprises. And this is Pep. I mean, magnanimous, gracious.
Both. The game was in our hands at 1-1, but our finishing was not good. And then it went suddenly to 4-1. I was shocked at that too. You have to be stable when you concede a goal, and we're not solid enough. You have to leave this kind of situation in the season. Then he went for that to say that in every press conference for the last few months, you've said that the Premier League is done, and I always said no.